Welcome. For today's debate, this house believe free food and milk help poor family to prosper.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. Let us, as the government, explain the motion and the reason why we agree to the motion. The Free School Lunch Initiative aimed at children from low-income or underprivileged backgrounds. It is refers to individuals or families who face financial hardships and lack access to essential resources or opportunities. Was introduced as a core campaign pledge by President Prabowo Subianto and Vice President Gibran Rakabuming Raka. In this debate, the opinion expressed must remain focused on nutritious meal and free milk program promoted by President Prabowo Subianto and Vice President Gibran Rakabuming Raka. Let me tell you the main reason why I agree with the free meal and milk programs. Point number 4, adequate nutrition is essential for children's cognitive development and overall health. While, based on data from the Ministry of Health, the stunting rate in Indonesia in 2023 was recorded at 21.5%, only 0.1% lower than the previous year's 21.6%. By reducing hunger, this program can help lower the rates of malnutrition and stunting among children. Children who receive proper nutrition are more likely to grow well physically and achieve greater academic access. Point number 2, free lunches will also encourage parents, especially those from low-income families, to ensure their children at school. Prioritizing education over other responsibilities. This will help reduce dropout rates. School dropout rates, which are mostly due to economic reasons, reaches 0.30% at the elementary level in 2022, up from 0.12% in 2021. At the junior high school level, the dropout rate was 1.6% in 2022, an increase from 0.90% the previous year. And number 3, in addition to promoting educational inclusivity, this program is intended to bring prosperity to Indonesia. According to the Big Indonesian Dictionary, or we know as KBBI, prosperous means adequate, not lacking. Prosperousness can also be defined as a situation that fulfills our basic needs and with which we are satisfied. This program can prosper the Indonesian people by eradicating extreme poverty and making the most of the harvest of farmers and fishermen. In addition, the program can also contribute to Indonesian economic growth by at least 1.5 to 2%. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, GO team, for your time to elaborate it very clearly. However, I strongly disagree with the limitation and also the point that you brought up. Because in our perspective, we cannot limit this debate by only considering nutrition benefit from this free lunch and milk program. Why? Is it because we also talk about this program linearity with prosperity? Prosperity would be an utopic concept if the government hasn't provided a good program to achieve its goal and considering its ability to provide people needs. Prosperity will always talk about economical factor. Thus, we would like to bring our main point why we strongly disagree with GOTs. As I stated before, prosperity is an utopic concept if the government cannot make a situation where people are able to achieve their basic needs. We see that there is a difference between hunger and quote unquote hunger. In the context of how harmful this program that keep pushing us to prosperity, we see that prosperity is when people are able to achieve their basic need at very least, such as eating. Yet if the government keep doing this program, it will cause hyperdependency from our people because the given situation that makes them think they doesn't have to find a way to be able to achieve their own basic needs. They can just wait the government to help them. As I stated before, these situations makes them doesn't able to achieve it themselves. Is it far away from the definition of prosperity itself? From here, we can make an argument. Hunger can be resolved with a free lunch program. It is right. But quote unquote hunger, starvation, it won't be done by just free lunch and meal program because this is a systematic problem. This is related to structural poverty, macroeconomic problem. It is way more than that. And our second argument is Indonesia is not economically ready with this program. There are still so many cases of corruption. Large expenditure are not followed by budget readiness. Even from the news we found, Tirto Digital News stated that World Bank has told us that this program might lead us to state budget APBN deficiency. It will followed by our third argument, which cases of production failure in Indonesia is still leading us to rising rice price. From the news we found from the digital news channel detik.com, Jokowi, as the previous president had explained, how the rapid increase in rice price was influenced by massive rice harvest failure. But the needs for rice continues to increase every day. This is the root of the big problem. In simple terms, if you want to meet demand, provide supply. You need to provide supply. If supply is adequate, demand is met. As simple as that. If there is a production failure, then the demand is not met. The failure of the government to meet one of the root of the lunch program is failed. Earlier, the Prime Minister discussed that lunch is fully sourced from Indonesian farmer, right? The GO team stated that. But how can this be done if even before the program fulfilling the need for rice wasn't even done yet? It is still difficult to achieve. Indonesia is indeed isn't ready yet.
As the Deputy Prime Minister, I stand firmly in support of the motion that free lunch and meal programs help alleviate the daily financial strain on low-income families. My role today is to strengthen the case brought by my Prime Minister and to address the core arguments of the opposition. I disagree with the OO team. First, let's revisit the main principle of these programs: poverty alleviation and financial relief. My Prime Minister has already highlighted how free lunch and meal programs ease the economic burden on families by providing essential nutrition at no cost. But allow me to expand on this. For low-income families, food insecurity is a daily reality. By offering free lunches and milk, we are effectively ensuring that their limited income can be spent on other crucial needs. Where it's school supplies, healthcare, or even rent, these programs allow families to reallocate resources, making it easier for them to stabilize their financial situation and improve their quality of life. Second, we must emphasize the long-term societal benefits of these programs. Opponents may argue that free meals are a short-term fix, but I strongly disagree. Proper nutrition is the foundation for a child's physical and cognitive development. Studies have consistently shown that well-nourished children perform better academically. Better academic performance leads to a higher educational opportunities, better job prospects, and ultimately a pathway out of poverty. These programs are not a handout. They are a strategic investment in the human capital of our nation. Now, let me address the opposition's likely concerns about cost and dependency. They may claim that these programs place a heavy financial burden on governments. But let's be clear, the cost of malnutrition and poverty is far greater. Malnourished children are more likely to experience health problems, drop out of school, and require government assistance as adults. By investing in free lunch and meal programs today, we are preventing future expenditures on healthcare, unemployment benefits, and social welfare programs. This is a this is a proactive solution that saves money in the long run. Another argument from the opposition may be that these programs create dependency. Let me challenge this notion. Free lunch and milk are not luxuries. They are basic necessities for children to grow and thrive. It is not about enabling dependency, it is about leveling the playing field for disadvantaged families. Children do not choose to be born into poverty, but as a society, we can choose to support them and give them an equal chance to succeed. In conclusion, free lunch and milk programs are a powerful tool for addressing poverty, promoting education, and building a healthier, more equitable society. By reducing the financial strain on families, ensuring children's nutrition, and fostering long-term opportunities, these programs represent a win-win solution for individuals and the nation as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you for the GO team, but I disagree because if the free lunch doesn't provide luxury food, this means they are concerned about the quality of the food served in free lunch program. And it is shown from several reports that the food served sometimes doesn't meet the required nutritional standards. This, of course, can affect children growth and does not solve the issue of stunting itself. Although free lunch programs have noble goals, their implementation also raises financial concern. The financial impact of a free lunch program is not only limited to the education budget, but can also affect the financial stability of the state as a whole. The Indonesian government has faced a very large budget deficit every year, where state expenditure exceeds state income. According to data from the Ministry of Education, Culture, Research and Technology, the total cost of the free lunch program in Indonesia in 2023 will reach 10 trillion. This figure continues to increase every year, with an average increase of around 10 until 50% per year. In 2024, program costs are estimated to reach 12 trillion, an increase of around 20% from the previous year. Significant increase in the cost of the free lunch program from year to year can burden regional finance and hinder the implementation of other important programs. And also, debt rating agency Fitch Ratings stated that free lunch and meal program would have an impact on Indonesia's credit rating because it would trigger a buildup of pressure on government covers. Moreover, this ambitious program is even said to be able to exceed the budget deficit limit set by law at 3% of gross domestic product. Meanwhile, another rating agency, Moody's Investor Service, voiced concern that the implementation of this program would mark a departure from Indonesia's long track record in terms of conservatively managed budget, finance, and debt ratios. And it's also the source of funding for this program has also caused a heated polemic in the country, with a number of teachers rejecting the use of funds from school operational assistance for this. Thank you.
Okay, even though we as a government has ambitious targets for increased malnutrition,
such as reducing child stunting from 30% in 2018 to 14% in 2000 with free lunch is not only because of poverty, action prevention of stunting. In other view, this program supports agricultural production, as we know, like vegetables, rice, milk from local farmer. Agriculture is a vital part of a nation's economy. Without it, human life and other sectors would struggle a lot. This sector provides jobs, boosts national income, and contributes to the country's GDP. Despite its potential, Indonesian agriculture faces significant challenges. As one of the world's most biodiverse countries, Indonesia has a wealth of agricultural research, including diverse food crops, horticultural products, and plantation commodities. However, these research are not fully utilized and the sector remains underdeveloped. This program will educate the farmers, boost economics local, and create jobs such as food production and distribution, like nutritionists in every region, women in cooking and catering, and women in agricultural production. Remember, there is million people unemployed in 2024. The unemployment rate is 4% and so many labor is underpaid. Besides creating jobs, this program will help low-income households too. In economic sides, this program will grow economics in Indonesia and help raise the earnings of farmers and harvest and increase unemployed. Investing in the health and education of children through free lunch programs can have long-term benefits for the country, including a more skilled workforce and a stronger economy. Of course, the success of the program depends on planning, implementation, and monitoring to ensure that the meals are nutritious, appropriate, effective, and deliver efficiently. In this program, the government can help many people. While there are potential challenge and costs associated with implementing such program, the positive outcomes in terms of child development, education, and economic benefits make it worth investment.
The freelance program is not just a lifeline for underprivileged children in Indonesia. It is a transformative initiative that tackles hunger, boosts school attendance, and enhances academic performance. Its impact goes far beyond the immediate benefit of providing a nutritious meal. It sets the stage for long term societal change. In many regions, poverty is a relentless barrier to education. Where families struggle to afford even the most basic necessities, children are often forced to abandon school in order to work or help at home. Hunger amplifies this problem, and leaving children unable to learn effectively even if they make it to school. The free lunch program breaks this cycle by ensuring that every child has access to at least one healthy meal each day. This initiative not only al- alleviates hunger but also serves as a powerful incentive for parents to send their children to school. For many families, the promise of free, reliable meal is enough to tip the balance in favor of education. Once in school, children experience the dual benefits of better nutrition and consistent attendance, both of which are critical to academic success. Global studies consistently demonstrate the link between proper nutrition and improved learning outcomes. Well fed students have better concentration, higher energy levels, and stronger immune systems, which reduces absenteeism due to illness. Over time, this leads to higher academic achievement, greater self confidence, and an increased likelihood of completing their education. But the benefits of the free lunch program don't stop at the classroom door. By empowering children with education and better health, this program helps to break the cycle of poverty. Education opens the door to better job opportunities, higher incomes, and greater economic stability for individuals and their families. Over generations, this ripple effect contributes to stronger, more prosperous communities. The free lunch program in Indonesia is already showing remarkable promise. Stories are emerging of children who once struggled to stay in school now thriving in their studies. Teachers report increased attentiveness and engagement while parents express relief and gratitude for the support it provides. Expanding this program has the potential to create even greater societal benefits. With more children fed, educated, and given the tools to succeed, Indonesia can look forward to brighter and more equitable future. It is a clear example of how targeted and compassionate initiative can address systemic issues and transform lives on a national scale.
As the government, our role in this program is to ensure its implementation is targeted, sustainable, and transparent. We are committed to allocating sufficient budgets to prevent financial obstacles in its execution. Developing effective distributing system by leveraging technology to ensure food reach those in need promptly and in good condition, and prioritizing the procurement of food from local farmers so the program benefits not only recipient but also food producer. And the last one, engaging various stakeholders including local communities like what I said before and private sector to support the program's sustainability. Okay, as CG team said that this free lunch and meal program can improve community welfare by giving small communities the opportunity to contribute to making these free lunches, so it can improve their financial condition besides filling the stomachs of people, of children, of others. But we think it is not commensurate with the huge amount of money that the government has spent. We fully know that the amount of money that's spent on this program is very, very huge. How organic is this program that it is finally we can say that it's worth being implemented? So let's get to our argument. We are more in favor of programs that have a sustainable impact. We feel that this program cannot provide any guarantee to the community for their lives in the next few years. Let's talk about the malnutrition issues that were delivered by Team OG. They said about this program can fix the malnutrition issues, the starvation issues. So is this will be fix that issues? Like, will this free lunch program save children from malnutrition, from starvation? Because in fact, in status quo, the free lunch program that is currently running is given with equal portions and contents between one child and another. They literally have the exact same menu, this exact same portion. And however, we need to know that everyone's nutritional needs are different, as simple as the nutritional needs of girls and boys, or are the children is good in health condition. Can the government guarantee that every child can get a fair distribution of nutrition according to their each respective conditions? Keep in mind, fair doesn't mean the same. It can be like where when the food comes and the nutritions that has been prepared, been packed by the government is not matched with the children's need, and instead of that they eat their own mom's cook. So where will be that lunchbox will be going, like where will be, so that's why I want to ask to government teams, can the government guarantee that this free lunch and meal program will be completely efficient in the sense that the entire community is definitely going to finish the food that has been given? Will all the food that has been given will totally go to their belly? We are sure the answer is no. The government can't guarantee that issue. So what? Instead of offering programs with sustainable impact, the government is actually creating sustainability problems, name it food waste. Therefore, this can actually become a vicious circle because of a program in which the preparation can be said to be completely unprepared. Starting from the problem of unfair distribution of nutrition, inefficient allocation of funds, until make a new problem such as food waste, which can have an impact on many aspects of people's lives. Then this problem will circle around, coming back again and again. So that's why we call it as vicious. circle because there are 2 points that underline our argument. This program attacks the basis of public health, and secondly, the rate of community's economy. If the program doesn't run with good preparation, as what happens in the status quo, then there are many things that need to be considered further out and that can be considered further outside of that. Either way, it would make a sustainable problem, right? Therefore, on our side, we feel that there is a better way to spend the country's funding besides this free lunch and milk program, which will be delivered by our second speaker as our substance arguments. And with that said, we, the COTN, proudly oppose the motion.
As a government representative, I firmly believe that the free meal program is not just about tackling poverty or supporting education. It is about creating a healthier, more resilient, and socially integrated society. The free meal program significantly contributes to improving public health by providing nutritious meal. The government ensures that people receive adequate nutrition. According to the Ministry of Health, Indonesia's stunting rate remains concerning at around 21.6% in 2022. Through this program, particularly targeting students, we can reduce stunting rates and address malnutrition effectively. Moreover, this program helps prevent illness caused by poor diets such as diabetes, obesity, and cardiovascular disease. Regular access to healthy food educates communities about adopting nutritious eating habits, positively impacting their long-term well-being. The program also strengthens national food securities. Its implementation encouraged the government to collaborate with local farmers and small businesses in food supply chains. As a result, domestic food production increases and distribution becomes more equitable. For instance, by purchasing food directly from local farmer cooperative, the government not only improves farmers' incomes but also ensures that people receive fresh, high, high quality food, and this approach reduces dependence on imported goods, stabilizing market price and enhancing self-reliance. From a social perspective, the free meal program fosters collaboration and a sense of unity among communities. These programs are often conducted in public spaces like community centers, schools, or health clinics, creating opportunities for interaction and strengthening social bonds. For example, in some regions, these programs involve not only the government, but also local communities, volunteers, and NGOs. This demonstrates how the free meal initiative can serve as a symbol of mutual cooperation, reinforcing our shared values. The free meal program is more than just a solution to economic and educational challenges. It is a strategic effort to improve the quality of life from multiple perspectives. As the government, we see this as a long-term investment in building a healthier, more resilient, and more unified generation. Therefore, this program must continue to be developed with a holistic approach, involving all societal elements and focusing on tangible outcomes. Thank you.
As we have heard before, there are various comments about the free meals and milk program. For instance, the Prime Minister state that this program is coming from the issues about nutrition and starvation, which are the conditions that exist in Indonesia and creating such bonuses. On the other side, OO team pointing that first, the program does not suit each individual's nutritional needs. Second, Indonesia is not ready for this free meals program because there is a lot of corruption, leading to deficit of the state budget named APBN atau Anggaran Pendapatan dan Belanja Negara. Third, from the previous presidential government, there was a failure of rice production, which resulted in an increase in the rice prices so that it could not meet national rice needs. Also, there is a statement about the state financial where this program may not be able to continue or sustain. There will be an increase in cost per year to the inflation and such. This could affect other programs having the potential of them being neglected or even unable to be continued. Apart from that, the total state debt credit could also potentially increase. TBBM argues that free lunch and meal programs help alleviate the daily financial strain on low-income families. So, by providing nutritious meal with no pause, families can reallocate their limited resources to other essential needs such as education, healthcare, or saving, which can improve their overall well-beings. CG teams state that while this program faces such difficulties, this initiative can boost community welfare by allowing small communities to contribute to the preparation of these programs. So this can improve the financial situation much better. CO team, my team, closing with arguments relate to the matter that this program cannot provide any guarantee for the community to be sustainable. This system, without nutritional education on parents and children, means the government can guarantee that everyone can get a fair distribution of nutrition according to their respective conditions. So, the CO team sees that this program can create more problems for the country, such as unfair distribution of nutrition, inefficient allocation of funds, and even food waste. From the discussion of the debate which has been running, we could see that there are some clashes on each team about what they argue about. Each team brought different points of the matter, such as sustainability, welfare of society, community empowerment, and even financial state of the country. Thus, the discussion is not running continuously and tend to attack each other, resulting in the absence of comprehensive conclusion or solutions. With the end of my turn as the opposition lead, it can be concluded that the opposition team won because we were able to maintain our argument in a broad, firm manner and it could not be refuted by the government team.